This is gonna be like one of the ways or one thing I'm gonna incorporate a lot this year. So hopefully you guys catch these lives while I'm live so we can interact and like, chit chat. But yeah, today I'm gonna be talking about fragrances that I've been reaching for a lot lately. So I just want to go through what I have and yeah, just share with you guys my favorites that I've been reaching for over the past probably year to 6 months to a year. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So it's gonna be very random. So I'm gonna start with Inicio. This is Atomic Rose. I love this fragrance. It is very bold, sexy, striking. Everything about it says, I'm here, I'm confident, and yeah, it just has a lot of presence. It is very beautiful. It's a rose bergamot type of fragrance. Excuse me. It's a rose bergamot fragrance. It probably has some other notes in it too, but like those are the main notes that I get predominantly when I smell this fragrance. It smells very like, what is the word I'm looking for? Just bold. Like something about it is just like, I think the name like is perfect for Atomic Rose because it does have the like this bomb factor because it does last all day long. It is one of those fragrances where you step in a room, everybody's gonna smell you for sure. It leaves this beautiful scent trail. The sillage on this is phenomenal, and I just love everything about it. The longevity about this fragrance, the longevity on this fragrance is really good too. It lasts for a good 8 hours or more, especially if you spray it on your clothes. I think this is a great fragrance for, I would say all year long. In the summertime, I would say maybe like even in the evenings it'll be a little bit better, but this can carry you all year long. And I just love this fragrance. I'm trying to reach for it more and more. And yeah, it's just becoming a staple within my fragrance collection. I think if you're somebody who's never tried Atomic Rose, if you like Delina, any of the Delinas, I think you will like Atomic Rose. I think this will be like the bigger sister to it, like the grown and sexy. So if you are like in that grown and sexy type of category, you definitely enjoy Atomic Rose. It's a great fragrance. Oh, thank you. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for telling me that I'm pretty. I appreciate that. Okay, next, we're gonna just go through another Inicio. This one is Psychedelic Love. Oh my goodness. Guys, I have been obsessed with Psychedelic Love. Like, this for me is one of my signatures for sure because I reach for it all the time and there's like probably 25% left in here. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. Like, this is just a no-brainer for me. I reach for it all the time. This is a fragrance like, especially like on a day like this, it's been so gray where I am lately, and like on those days where it's just moody outside, I wear this. Like if I'm going somewhere, like if I'm going to the grocery store real quick, this will be the first fragrance that I'll reach for because it's just so easy for me. It's quite powdery on the top, but it's not like one of those classy or classic powdery fragrances like a Chanel powder. It's more of like the powderiness in here. Any men's fragrances do you recommend? Um, I'll get there. Give me a minute. But with this one, it has a nice powderiness to it, but I think the vanilla, there's a nice vanilla in here, so the vanilla, it makes it more smooth and like palatable. There's this note called Hedion. I don't know what that is really. I don't know if that's a flower or like what that is. Maybe that's like the addictive quality that is in this fragrance. But something about this, that powder, vanilla, and woodiness in here, there may be like a slight hint of maybe jasmine. I'm just throwing something out there. I think there's some type of white flower in here. I think there's ylang ylang too. But this fragrance is just so beautiful, very moody, very like mysterious. It's gonna give you that sense of what is that? Like, what does that smell like? It just smells so good. Like, I need to know what that is. It's quite addictive. This is definitely unisex. I think a man can easily pull this fragrance off just as a woman can. Yeah, it's one of my go-tos for sure, and I'm so sad that I'm going through this so fast because, well, I've had it for a long time, so I'm not going through it too fast, but it's coming down to the wire with this fragrance to where I will have to repurchase pretty soon, and it's one of my favorites. You remind me of a sophisticated wine taster. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is bomb and top 10. Top 10 for sure. One of my signatures and I'm always reaching for it. Always. I think this will be my sense of the day because I actually didn't spray anything today and I was wondering what am I going to wear? But, you know, like I said, easy reach, beautiful fragrance. And I would say ooh, a little bit of that got in my mouth. But I would say this is quite this the production on this is quite nice as well. I would say it's not like super long lasting like as Atomic Rose, but this is more like it will give you like maybe a good 6 hour wear. So it's quite nice. One of my favorites for sure. Okay. Um, let's go for the next one to be a Tom Ford. So this is Noir de Noir. Talked about this many of times on my channel. This one is like grown and sexy. Most of the fragrances in my collection are grown and sexy. So if you're looking for that, if that's something that you want within your collection, a lot of my recommendations are going to be something that you may want to try out in your fragrance arsenal. So Noir de Noir, such a beautiful fragrance. One of Tom Ford's best fragrances in my opinion. This has truffle, this has rose, like a deep red rose. It has dark chocolate, and I think there's a wine note, like a red wine note in here. And this is date night for sure. This can be any time, but like if you're looking for something like to wow a person you're taking on a date, I would definitely reach for Noir de Noir. It's such a beautiful fragrance and definitely unisex. I believe most of Tom Ford's, if not all of Tom Ford's fragrances are unisex. But this one is just something so beautiful about it. It's so dark and rich and I wouldn't say sexy, but like alluring. It's so alluring. For a woman, I would definitely have like a black, for me, what I picture is like a black dress and red lip and like a really sexy pump. It is so beautiful. Everything about this is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I would say the longevity on this isn't too bad. It gives you a good maybe 6 hours, but the sillage on this is quite nice. I think anybody that's like an arm's length around you is going to smell you. They will definitely appreciate everything about this fragrance that you're wearing. They will wonder what it is because it's so soothing to the skin. It's so soothing to the nose. It's like it's caressing you. Everything about it is so sensual. 10 out of 10. Uniqueness factor, 10 out of 10. Everything about it for me, absolutely gorgeous. I want one of those like 200 ml bottles of this. Those big, like, or even a decanter. Like, this is something that I would always have in my fragrance collection. I love this. I reached for a lot in like, I think it was like mostly October. I was wearing this like nonstop. It was like I had a time with this fragrance for sure. And I still have a lot in here, thank God. This is such a beautiful fragrance, definitely something I recommend. And Valentine's Day is coming up if you guys are into that or you have like, you know, a nice dinner date planned, anything planned, and you are looking for a good fragrance to reach for, I definitely recommend Noir de Noir. Such a beautiful scent. Trying to make some room over here, guys. Okay. Okay, next one, Gris Charnel. My bottle is like, I don't know, just coming apart. I don't know like what happened. I did not drop this fragrance. I didn't do anything weird with this fragrance. The cap just like came off one day and it's just like, okay, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna put this right here just so it doesn't make too much noise. But Gris Charnel, like this is one of those fragrances that is a no-brainer too, like for those nice like gray days, those colder days. I think this is a great reach. Definitely a unisex scent too. There's like the top note is gonna be fig. So if you're somebody who doesn't really like fig fragrances, this may not be for you. But if you're somebody who like, you know, you want to try fig or fig is one of your favorites, I would definitely try this scent out. The fig in here is more of like a milky fig. It's not very green. It's more like that. If you ever like, for me, I have a fig tree in my backyard at home, and whenever you pick a fig off of the tree, there's like this little residue of like milk on there, and that is what it reminds me of. There's woodiness in here. There's some woody notes, maybe hints of vanilla. It smells like a chai latte. If you ever had a chai latte, this is what it reminds me of, with the note of fig. I love this for the fall and winter. It's one of those sweater fragrances. Sorry. Oops. Okay. It's one of those sweater fragrances that like you just want to spray this on a sweater, and it's just so cozy and comforting. I love this for those days where, like, maybe you had a stressful day, you're not feeling the best. This is one of those, like, cozy, comforting fragrances that I love to wear all the time. The only thing about this fragrance is that it doesn't last the longest, maybe about 5 hours max. The projection isn't like super big. I've learned to be okay with that now. Like, if you're not okay with that, this may not be the fragrance for you. But like, I've have a whole bunch of fragrances. I've tested a whole bunch of fragrances, and for me, I don't think that every fragrance in my collection needs to be like one of those beast mode projecting fragrances. Sometimes a fragrance, like, I want to enjoy it for the most part, but it just depends on what you want personally. But just know that this fragrance isn't something that's going to like be one of those major projecting fragrances. This may be like, I think this is more of like an intimate fragrance. If somebody's coming close to you, maybe they give you a hug and they just like can appreciate the fragrance when they get in those close quarters with you. Great fragrance. Absolutely. I think like the uniqueness of this fragrance is absolutely like one of those. I would give this a 10 on uniqueness factor. Sillage. I don't know if this gives much sillage, so I would give this maybe like a 4 on that level. But yeah, everything else about this is it's beautiful. I think I would repurchase. I would probably buy this on discount though. I don't think I would want to pay full price on this fragrance. But yeah, this is beautiful. If you haven't tried it out, I would recommend, especially for the fall and winter. Great fragrance to reach for. And I don't know if I said it, but that fragrance is unisex too. So I definitely think a man probably should own that fragrance for sure. And I haven't tried the X-straight version of it yet. I want to. I've heard it's a little bit more masculine, it's a little bit more woody, but I would think it would smell really good. So I eventually will get my hands on a little sample of Gris Chardonnay, the X-straight version, just to test it out and let you guys know. But if you have it, let me know. Let me know what it smells like, because I'd definitely be interested. Okay, another one is going to be, this one is like more in the designer category, and I finished it. I'm so sad about this because I really enjoyed this fragrance. But this is Ralph Lauren Woman. This is a gorgeous classic, excuse me, a classic scent by Ralph Lauren. This is a fragrance where berries are the star note of the fragrance. Like there's deep, rich berries in here, like blackberry, blueberry, raspberry. Probably a little less on the raspberry, but just picture berries when you smell the scent. Berries and probably like some vanilla and a good woody base. This is so beautiful. I've gotten so many compliments on this fragrance throughout the years of having this fragrance, guys. I've had this fragrance for years and I just finished it. And like, there's a little bit left in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but a little bit. And I'm just trying to get that spray out just to enjoy the last little note, or the last little drops of fragrance that I have in here, because this is so beautiful. I think especially for darker skinned girls, like this would definitely be the fragrance. Like this will definitely be the fragrance that you want in your collection, because those berry notes, I don't know what it is with berry notes. Like I just think they sit so nicely on deeper skin, because I don't know what it is. Something about it, it's absolutely beautiful. I would repurchase this. This was something that I really enjoyed. It was love at first sniff. I bought this probably maybe back in 2018, 2019. And yeah, it was a great purchase for me, and it wasn't that expensive. Back in that time, maybe I paid $80 for it. I don't know how much it is now, but I absolutely love it, and the proof is in me finishing the whole bottle. Like, I think this is the only bottle in my collection that is like this right now. Maybe there's like another one in here that I'm almost finished with, but this one was a great one for sure, and it was a 10 out of 10 for me. It's not like super unique in its like DNA, but it just smells really good. It's really regal, elegant, classy. And it has a nice hint of sensuality because of the berry notes in here. And what I'm trying to do, like especially like as I'm growing my fragrance collection, I'm not trying to like grow it to like where I just have a fragrance too much fragrance, like a whole fragrance library where I'm not using all my fragrances. I want to use a lot more, but like when I add more fragrances into my collection, I do want to add more berry scents. Like that's something like I'm really trying to gravitate towards more. I want more unique berry scents and like, you know, something that's just gonna like wow me. And if you guys have any recommendations of any good berry scents that I can try out, let me know too, because yeah, like I've been on the search and hunt for some good berry scents. This was one of them. This is a really good fragrance. So if you're looking for something that doesn't break the bank, that has a really good projection, sillage, and lasting factor, this Woman by Ralph Lauren was definitely one that did it for me. So I would definitely recommend this fragrance. Okay, next is going to be a Kayali fragrance. And I bought this a few years ago and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it because I'm not done with it. Okay, this cap is acting weird too, but let's continue. This is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So this fragrance is a really great fragrance. I think it's in the same realm. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but it's in the same realm of Atomic Rose. This one I think is like more grown and sexy. This one is more cutesy and flirty. This is a rose, rose and pink pepper. Yeah, rose and pink pepper. There's probably other notes in here too, but I'm not quite sure. But those are the two notes that pop off in my head immediately when I smell this. It smells really good. It's so flirty. It's so cute. Like when I smell this, it's definitely like flirtiness pops in my head. Like I think this would be a great first date fragrance. I'm just gonna spray a little because it's so fun. It's like one of those fragrances that like maybe spark the um like the, I don't want to say little kid in you, but yeah, I guess I'll say that, like the little kid in you. It's very fun, very cutesy. I think this fragrance is one of those scents that like you'll really enjoy. It's not that expensive. It won't break the bank. The longevity and sillage on this is pretty good too. I would say it lasts probably a good 7 hours. The projection on this is quite nice too. It's not too bad. It's just really pretty and fun. It puts a smile on your face. And yeah, if you enjoy a good rose fragrance, I think you would definitely enjoy this one. So yeah, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is one of those scents that I've been wearing a lot lately. And I just been enjoying like the fun factor of this fragrance. I like that it brings out like the fun side in you. It's really cute. And I think the bottle just matches the energy of it. Like this is kind of like the color I think of when I smell Atomic Rose too. So that's why I say like they're kind of like in the same category. This one's just a little bit, you know, sexier than the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Yeah, fun fragrance. I definitely enjoy it. So if any of you girlies are out there and you're looking for something fun and flirty and cute, this is gonna do it for you. Okay, next, another pink bottle. This is going to be Delina exclusive. So this is my favorite Delina out of all the Delina flankers. I don't even know how much Delina flankers there are at this point, maybe 4 in total, but this one is my favorite for sure. Like I have the original, but like I think for me, the original, it doesn't really fit my personality that much. I like reaching for it. I like the smell, but I just think like personality wise, it's not really, it doesn't connect all the time. But I feel like Delina exclusive, this one connects with me for sure. Now this one, if you haven't smelled Delina, or if you have smelled Delina, this one is actually more deeper and rich than Delina. And that's what I like about it. It's more full bodied. There's this milkiness to it. It's very voluptuous. Like you can like, it feels like you can feel the fragrance. Full body, voluptuous, flirty, and yeah, that sensuality of it. This is a very sensual fragrance. Anybody that smells this is automatically gonna like it. Like this is definitely one of those crowd pleasers. I feel like Delina is a crowd pleasing scent. Like nobody would smell this and be like, ew. Like no, that's just not gonna happen. This is something that people are gonna like, ooh, what is that? And they're not gonna get enough of it. Like it's just gonna be something that's addictive to them. This has a really addictive quality to it. Sillage longevity is absolutely amazing on this. You don't need more than 2 sprays, and that's why I've had this for so long. I've had this probably since like 2019. And yeah, I've been trying to use it more because I don't want it to go bad on me. I store my fragrances pretty good, but you know, there's always a shelf life to everything. So I've been reaching for this a lot more lately, and I love everything about it. It's perfect for, I believe, fall and winter. You can definitely get away with this in the spring. Summertime, this may be a little too heavy, so you may want to go with it like during like, you know, summer evenings, summer nights. But this is beautiful. This is more of my vibe. This more fits my personality, and I absolutely love it. I would say uniqueness factor is a 10, but you know, I feel like nowadays, like since Delina, most people have like created some type of similar smell to it, so the uniqueness isn't, it's not as unique as it used to be when it first came out. So you know, but yeah, beautiful scent. I love the exclusives. This is one of my favorites. Next is going to be a Montel Paris fragrance, and this one is Intense Cafe. This is the Eau de Parfum version. I know there's like a few different versions of this, but this one is like just the original. And I love this fragrance. Oh my gosh, I love reaching for this in the colder months. Like this is a no-brainer for me as on those cold days. Like with this fragrance, it has really good lasting power. I think because of all the synthetic notes in here, like this, like it really grips whatever you spray it on, especially if you spray it on a coat, a sweater. I would say spray this more on your clothes more than on your body, because this is where it will last a little bit longer and it will carry you throughout the day for sure. Like this will give you a really good, this will give you a really good longevity. I would say 8+ hours is where this stands with longevity. Sillage, definitely a bomb. This is gonna give you nice sillage. I've gotten many compliments on Intense Cafe. And uniqueness factor, I would say a 7. It's not like super, super unique, but it's really nice. It does smell like a cafe, like you're walking into like one of those unique coffee cafes. It's really beautiful. It's milky. It has this milkiness to it. So it's coffee, rose. I don't know what else is in here. I just know coffee and rose. But those notes marry together so well. I really wanted to try the Ristretto version. Have you guys tried it out? The two of you that are on here with me. Have any of you guys tried it out? I really want to try the Ristretto version, but this for sure is like one of those fragrances that is like a no-brainer in the colder months because it's just such an easy reach. It's a beautiful scent and it's going to give you all the lasting power and sillage that you want. So I definitely recommend this. This is definitely unisex and it's such a great scent from the house of Montel Paris. Okay. I have a lot of fragrances, guys. I have a few more. All right, so this one is actually a sample. I got this a few years ago. I actually bought the hair mist to this, but I want the actual parfum to it now. This is from Diptyque. This is Urella. I hope I'm saying that right. So this is the scent. I finished off the sample that I have, and this is what's making me want the fragrance now for sure. The hair mist is absolutely beautiful. I don't have it here with me. It's back home, but I should have brought it here. I don't know where I left it. But anyways, this fragrance is so, so beautiful. The uniqueness of the scent is 10 out of 10 for sure. This is unisex. All Diptyque fragrances to me are unisex. They're quite unique. If you haven't smelled the House of Diptyque, I definitely recommend. If you're somebody who's like artsy, you love unique scents, Diptyque definitely has them. It was love at first sniff when I smelled this fragrance. I went into the boutique a few years ago and this was new at the time and I loved it when I smelled it. I bought the hair mist right then and there. So this has notes of leather, raspberry, I think myrrh, and incense. The last two, I'm pretty positive those are notes in here. But it's absolutely beautiful. This is Middle Eastern inspired, so that's something that like grabbed me when I first smelled the scent. I'm like, ooh, I love Middle Eastern scents because they have such a great uniqueness factor to them. And this was like, wow. Sillage is absolutely beautiful. It leaves this really beautiful trail. And the projection, well, I already talked about this projection sillage, but the lasting power is pretty good too, 8 hours plus. I would say this is definitely one of those scents for, I think you could get away with this all year round, but I think where this will shine will be in the wintertime because of that leather note. That leather note is so good. Like it's not too polarizing. It's nice. It gives this fragrance this nice base to work off of. So it gives it like this like oomph. It's really, really beautiful. If you haven't smelled this scent, I definitely recommend. If you want something unique, if you like leather, if you like raspberry, if you like those deeper, darker scents, for sure try this out. I think this would smell absolutely beautiful on a man. For sure. If you want something that's like gonna command attention and like give you this mysteriousness, this allure, I recommend trying this fragrance out. It's so beautiful. It's so unique. I never smelled anything like this and I'm obsessed. I'm so sad I don't have the hair mist with me right now. Why did I leave that at home? I love this. And I'm so sad I finished this sample because I have nothing else to spray with this one. But absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to eventually get a full bottle of this and get my hair mist so I can just enjoy the beauty of this because it's absolutely stunning. And I don't know if I've heard many people talk about this fragrance, but it's one of my favorites from Diptyque. It's absolutely stunning. So try it out whenever you get the chance. Get yourself a nice little sample and, you know, experience the magic of what I'm smelling too because it's so good. Okay, next is going to be a hair mist, and this is by the House of Roja Dove. So this hair mist is Amber Oud. I wanted to try Amber Oud so bad. The fragrance is so expensive. It's like, I think either like $700 to $800 for a bottle. And I was able to get the hair mist because the hair mist was like way cheaper than the actual scent or the actual perfume. And ever since I've had the hair mist, I'm like, okay, I need a full bottle of this eventually. This is so beautiful. Like, this is a showstopper. The oud in here, I think this will be my hair mist of the day. I'm just spraying everything. This is very opulent. Very, very opulent. The oud in here is quite animalic, but it doesn't like go overboard and like to like that danky animalic side. It's more like a pheromone type of oud. And the rose is absolutely divine. This is the scent of somebody royal. I see somebody royal wearing this, man or woman, because this is so beautiful. And then that amber note, that amber note is just, I think the amber is what keeps it so regal and rich and just deep. If you've ever seen like the bottle, the juice is like a deep golden juice, and oh, it's really, really good. The rose is deep and rich and red. I don't think any of the notes in here outshine one another. Like, it's a really good balance. I don't know how he balanced it so well, but he did. And it's just, it is just, I'm losing my words right now because it's so good. Amber Oud is one of those fragrances, like, wherever you have a special occasion, I feel like I always say this, every day is a special occasion for me. So I'm wearing anything that I want to wear because every day is a special occasion and you can die at any moment. So nothing is promised to you. But for like, you know, for you guys that like, you know, set things aside for like special occasions, this is one of those fragrances like you have to pull it out because it's just, she's just that girl. Like this fragrance is everything and more that you want out of a fragrance that you're looking for: opulence, regality, class, elegance. It's absolutely divine. And I will always treasure this in my fragrance collection. I'm surprised I only use this much because I feel like I reach for this all the time. And it's really, really good. I think, especially with the hair mist, I can't judge like the perfume itself, like the actual bottle of like the longevity and stuff like that. But if the hair mist performs well, I would imagine that the perfume itself would perform well. This hair mist actually performs really, really well. It gives you the most beautiful scent trail. I always get compliments when I wear this hair mist. And people are just like, oh my gosh, you smell amazing. I'll be in the gym and I'll be on the treadmill and somebody would just stop me and tell me I smell amazing. I'm like, oh, this hair mist is actually working pretty well. And yeah, I love everything about it. So I definitely always recommend to people get into hair mist. If you can't, if you see that the fragrance itself is very expensive and you want to try it out, and you see that they have a hair mist option, definitely get it because it's a great way to try it out. And it will always have your hair smelling good. Like, who doesn't want their hair to smell amazing? But yeah, Amber Oud by Roche Dove, 10 out of 10. Uniqueness factor is definitely a 10. Sillage 10. Performance 10. 10 out of 10 for sure. And it's definitely unisex. It's one of those unisex fragrances a man or a woman can pull off. Next is a designer fragrance. This is one by the House of Missoni. And I don't know what this one's called. Yeah, I don't know what this is called, but it's in this bottle. If you look at Missoni fragrances, I don't think they have that many. So if you see this bottle, then yeah, this is what it is. I don't remember what it's called, and they don't have like any name on the bottom or anything. It just says Missoni on the cap, but I love this. This is one of those fragrances that I always reach for, especially when I'm going to bed. Like, this is one of my favorites. It's a berry scent. So berries and vanilla. It's nothing like super unique, but you know, it's just that berry qualities in here. Like I said before, I am looking for more berry scents to add to my collection. And this just does it for me. It's very sensual on the nose. It has this, I think it has a slight sexiness to it. And it's just one of those fragrances that are great to reach for before you go to bed. Or maybe first thing in the morning. It doesn't have the greatest longevity. Sillage, I don't care for that because when I'm going to bed, like I want to smell myself, so I don't know about Sillage, but I think this is like one of those easy reach fragrances for when you're coming out the shower or if you're going to bed. Definitely perfect for that time. So if you're looking for something that's just easy on the nose, easy to wear when you're coming out the shower or going to bed, this one by Missoni is going to do that for you. It's absolutely amazing. It's great. For whoever the one person is, Chris, if that is you, thank you for sticking with me because it'd be so weird not to talk to anybody while I'm on live, but thank you for being here. Okay, next fragrance is going to be by the House of Frederic Malle, and this is Dominique Ropion's Portrait of a Lady. So this fragrance is highly talked about, highly coveted within the fragrance community, and that is definitely for a reason. This fragrance is absolutely beautiful, and I think it's like one of those show-stopping fragrances for sure. This is the hair mist version, and oh my gosh, from when I got this fragrance, this is one of those fragrances that is love at first sniff. So this is a unisex too, for sure. This fragrance is classy, elegant, sophisticated, sexy, for the grown and sexy. Like, you can't go wrong with this. The sillage, lasting power, and uniqueness, I would say 10 out of 10 for sure. I've gotten many compliments on this fragrance, and I'm just in love with it. Like, I couldn't see myself without having Portrait of a Lady in my fragrance collection. I want the actual perfume in my collection eventually. I saw that they released it like as a special edition in a red bottle. I want that. Like, I want that for sure. That looks so good sitting in my fragrance collection. Like, absolutely showstopper, absolutely an art piece, and amazing. You always wanted to try this? Yes, I recommend. Get a sample. It is so good. I promise you, you'll enjoy this for sure. I think this is a really good one to try out. So with Portrait of a Lady, whenever I smell this, I think of the color red. Like, that is the first thing that comes to mind. And that's because they have a lot of red notes in here. They have raspberry, I think there's lychee in this. Let me see, because this one actually has notes on the back. There is Turkish rose, patchouli, sandalwood, frankincense. Okay, there's raspberry. There's no lychee in here. So there's raspberry, there's a red note, and then there's red rose, black currant, and cloves. Doesn't that sound amazing? I'm somebody who loves like deep, rich notes. So for me, that is amazing. And the way that like this is put together, absolutely divine. Absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10 for sure. I feel like you could get away with this at any time, any season. I love this, guys. I love this so, so much. Yes, it sounds amazing. It sounds awesome. Uh, everything about this, guys. Everything about this. This exudes elegance and timelessness. Like this would be a timeless fragrance within your collection. I don't think you could ever get tired of this. If you get tired of this, you're kind of weird to me. But this right here, I actually wish I sprayed. Well, I can mix them. Listen, I like to mix my fragrances, so for me, yeah, this is beautiful. I love everything about this. Like this red lip, black dress, beautiful stiletto on, and some tights. You're in business. And for a man, a nice suit, a nice dress shirt, all black. You're in business. Like so, so beautiful. I love this fragrance. I love it. This is like something, I would say this is signature scent worthy for sure. This is something that like you could just reach for every day. No brainer. You'll always get compliments. This will last for super long on you. Sillage, you'll smell it. Everybody else will smell it. Amazing. This is a power scent. Power scent for sure. And the name is so, it's so perfect for a portrait of a lady. Fits it perfectly. Okay, next. Oh, you know what would be a nice scent combo? I'm not somebody who like, you know, likes to tell people scent combos because I feel like it will make you want to buy more fragrances and like, you know, I don't feel like you always need to mix them, but if you want a nice scent combo, let me just give you a nice scent combo right here. So this one by Diptyque Urella, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this one and Portrait of a Lady, oh my gosh, the scent combo here would be divine, absolutely divine. But yeah, I got 3 more fragrances, you guys. So, ooh, these all kind of mesh well together. All right, so this one is going to be by the House of Zurjov. This is like the Cosmorati collection. This is, what's this called again? Lyra. This is Lyra. And look, I've had this for such a long time, I swear. This is coming off, but yeah, guys, this is an amazing fragrance. Like, this is one of those easy reach gourmand kind of smelling fragrances. So this smells like a caramel lemon cookie. Oh my gosh, this automatically will put a smile on your face. And this will always leave a lasting impression on somebody. Whenever anybody smelled this on me, they always tell me I smell amazing. This is such a good fragrance. So it's more gourmand based, but that lemon note, it makes it so uplifting. I feel like the citrus in here is done so right. I feel like citrus can be a hit or miss note in a lot of fragrances because citrus can be very polarizing and kind of off-putting to me. I'm not somebody who like loves citrus notes, but when they're done right, I will give them their credit. And this one is done so right. And it's not like overbearing. It's not one of those overbearing gourmands. This is like one that is like so palatable. It's very pretty. Would I say this is unisex? I mean, it can be, but it leans a little bit more feminine for me. It does. I think there may be a hint of lavender in here. I don't know. I think maybe you'd have to test this on. If you're a guy, you just have to test this on your skin to see if it works well for you or not. But it's just so comforting. It puts a smile on your face, uplifting. If you want something that's like, you know, nice and easy as a gourmand, this is very, very beautiful. Have I ever tried Unknown Pleasures? No, I haven't. I'm gonna look that one up and see about it. Sounds interesting, Unknown Pleasures. But yeah, Lyra is something I reach for a lot, especially during the fall time. I don't know what it is about fall. Maybe it's because it's holiday season and you think about food all the time. I think like Lyra is just one of those scents in the fall. that I just reach for a lot. Like, it's just a no-brainer for me. And I still got a good amount in here left. But yeah, this is so beautiful. I feel like the uniqueness factor is definitely a 10. Sillage, 10. Projection, 10. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. And I think I would always have this one in my collection too. It's really nice. And yeah, just one of those fragrances that's an easy reach. If you want something that's comforting, I love a good comforting fragrance, especially on those rough days. You know, life can be very overbearing and overwhelming at times, and sometimes a nice fragrance will just pick you up. And Lyra will do that for you. It's divine. Okay, next is going to be a fragrance by Sylvain Delacourt, and this is Vicari. So this fragrance is mostly like a vanilla-based fragrance, and it's vanilla and citrus. I think maybe like orange on here, like they have a picture of an orange on here. So yeah, that's mostly what you get in here, that vanilla and that citrus note. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but I like it. Like, it's not like just a smooth blend, like it's a little rough, but when you spray it on the skin, it's absolutely beautiful. This has like a really good projection and sillage on this, so you don't need too much. It's really nice. It's straightforward with those two notes, so like there's not much else. It's not like a complex fragrance. It's more like a easy, understandable fragrance. Very beautiful. Sillage is definitely 10 out of 10. Uniqueness factor, I would give it a 3. I don't think that's bad. It's just like, you know, it's not complex. It's not anything like super complicated to understand. So, but sillage and longevity is pretty nice. And I like to mix this, especially since it's such like a simple, you know, straightforward fragrance. I like to mix it with any of like my other vanilla based, tobacco based, honey based fragrances. Like, I feel like this is a great like layering fragrance. To me, it's really good. I think if you like what is that one by Kiali? It's a vanilla fragrance, vanilla something. I don't have that one. For me, I like it, but then again, for me it's a little bit too generic as a vanilla. So it didn't really work out for me. But if you want something like maybe a little bit more elevated and not so like generic smelling, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I think this would be like a more elevated version of that. Or also, there's another one. I do kind of say I can reach for this a lot in this time, so I can add it into this like little list. But this one is a straightforward vanilla too. This one is by the House of Indal Paris, and this is Tihota. One of the best vanillas on the market. Like, I can say that with my chest. Best vanillas on the market for sure. This was actually done by I'm having a brain fart right now. MFK. Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. He's the one who created this fragrance. I think this is his brand. I don't know. He's the nose behind those fragrances within Indal Paris. So this was a fragrance developed by him, and this one, it's a straightforward vanilla, but the vanilla in here is so it's like a waffle cone vanilla. Like, have you ever went into like one of those artisanal ice cream shops and they hand make the waffle cone, and you like when you go in there you're smelling that, like this is what that is. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Nothing about this smells generic, nothing about this smells basic. I mean, it's vanilla, but this vanilla is so heavenly, and this is so addictive. Anybody that smells this on you, they're going to be obsessed with you for sure. And I think for me, I slowed down on using this because I'm halfway through it. I'm getting there to where this is like slowly going down, and like I'm holding back a little bit. But I love this. It's so comforting. It's cozy. It's so beautiful. I almost was not going to add this on here, but I'm glad I did. But yeah, this vanilla, if you're looking for like a good base layer vanilla, I think these two are great. This one is definitely more citrusy. This one is more vanilla waffle cone like. And out of the two, I would say this one's more my favorite. This is beautiful, but something about this. Something about this one is absolutely beautiful. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And I don't know why, but like the cap is like crystallizing. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I wear this alone, but then again, like I said, I kind of like to layer it sometimes because, it's a straightforward. But projection, sillage, uniqueness factor, 10 out of 10 for me. So, so gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Okay, just knocked two fragrances out. And I'm gonna actually add a bonus one in here too. But let me get to this last one I have here. So this one was a new release. Ooh, was it 2 years ago now? Maybe. This one is by the House of Guerlain, and this is Tobacco Honey. Guys, I finally got a Guerlain in my collection. Like, I feel like I feel like that girl. Guerlain is so expensive, guys. Like, the price of these fragrances, I got this for a steal actually. But the price for this bottle, I think it's like $500 or a little bit more. I don't know. But like getting into like the House of Guerlain fragrances in these bottles, like baby, like that is an investment for sure. Like it feels like you're joining a club or something. I don't know. But oh my goodness. When this fragrance first came out and like I didn't test it, like I heard all the reviews, I read the notes, I'm like, tobacco, honey. That sounds absolutely amazing. I love a good tobacco fragrance. Hey, I love a good tobacco fragrance and just the note of honey. Like I don't have many honey-based fragrances within my collection, but I really wanted to add that in. And just these two notes in the House of Guerlain putting it together, I had to have the bottle. Like I had to, I had to have it. I did not test it. I did not get any samples. I saw this for a good price, and baby, I clicked checkout. I bought it, and this is the best blind buy ever. Oh my gosh, something about this, divine, 10 out of 10 in all categories. All categories. This just knocked me out the park. The tobacco in here is like so refined. It's not rough around the red. It's not rough around the edges at all. There's a slight powderiness in here, and I think that's maybe just a Guerlain thing. Like that's maybe signature for them because I don't think there's any powdery notes in here. There may be like a slight hint of vanilla, but that honey note, oh my gosh, that golden dripping honey note is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is definitely a unisex scent, for sure. I think if you're somebody who owns this fragrance, you need a nice coat. You need a nice coat for this fragrance because this is like something that you just spray on your coat. So when you're walking in that cold weather, that sillage just hits everybody around you. Everybody around you. When they look at you, you just look opulent, you look beautiful, you look regal, you look like mm, 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 mm. I love the way that they did this fragrance. It is such a showstopper. I've gotten many compliments on this fragrance and I love it. Like, this is so addictive. This makes me want more from the House of Guerlain. I remember a few years ago, this video is actually probably not on my channel anymore because I think I archived it, but I bought, what is it called? Spirituous Double Vanille. And at that time, like, I was wanting, I think at the time, it wasn't a good match for me at the time. I was wanting more like of a beast mode projection, heavy hitter, and I did not know how to appreciate those fragrances that were not always going to be that at that time. That fragrance smelled amazing. It smelled like one of those, those butterscotch little candies that people used to have in their bag, especially like ladies. I don't know if you guys experienced that, but like those little butterscotch candies were like amazing. And that's what that smelled like at the time. And at that time, Guerlain fragrances, they weren't priced crazy. That bottle was like $200 to $260. I may have gotten it on sale, so it was probably like $200. And it was in those older bottles at that time. And excuse me. And at that time, I liked the scent, but it just didn't do it for me because it wasn't like long last. It lasted long, but it wasn't like one of those projecting fragrances. And I thought for that time, if I'm paying this much for a fragrance, it needs to do everything and more. And I sent it back, and I regret that till this day because the price of Guerlain fragrances have gone through the roof. And I understand and know how to appreciate those type of scents now. And that scent was really good. It was. It was unique vanilla. It was a straightforward vanilla, but it had that butterscotch feeling to it. And now I have to think about, okay, do I want to spend like $300 to $500 on that bottle when I could have kept that other one and had it in my collection until now? But you know, we all make mistakes in life, and that was one of them that I do regret. So if you ever do see a good Guerlain scent on sale and you're thinking about getting into the House of Guerlain, I definitely recommend, because their fragrances are elite. Like, this is French chic. This is French chic for sure. Amazing. I'm so glad I got this big bottle. Ugh, amazing. This is what am I trying to say? What is this? This is top tier for sure. This will always be something I'm reaching for whenever the weather drops below 50 or even at 50. I don't care. I'm wearing this. This is like so near and dear to my heart, and I'm so glad I got this. And I'm so glad I loved it, because that would have been disappointing if I spent all that money on this big bottle and did not enjoy this fragrance. But absolutely love it. It's like when I first smelled it, love at first sniff. So yeah, this is Tobacco Vanille, or no, oh my gosh, I'm saying the wrong scent. This is Tobacco Honey by Guerlain. Okay, that was a lot, guys. How many fragrances was that? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 fragrances, guys. Well, that's good. I use my fragrances at least. There's too many not to use them. So I'm going to add in one more honorary fragrance within this list. And, oh, I'm actually, for the heck of it, let's add in two. So this is by Lancome. And this is, what is this called again? Ooh, shoot. Dang it. What is this called again? Oud Bouquet. Okay, just came to me. Oud Bouquet. So this is in the original bottle. And I'm so, so happy that I got the original scent when I did. Like, I got this for a steal. This is a few years ago. They more than likely reformulated, because the juice in the new bottle does not match the juice in this bottle. Look how deep that juice is. Look at that. That is such a deep, rich color. And I love when my juice is deep and rich. I don't know what about it. It's just like really appealing to me when I see a fragrance and the juice is just like dark. This, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely beautiful. Rose and oud. And I think there's a note of praline in here. So it comes off more like of a dessert. Like a really deep, rich, sensual dessert. It's so, so, so beautiful. This is like, the vibe of the scent matches the color of the juice. Deep, dark, sexy, sensual, alluring. Guys, sometimes I wear this to bed. Like, I'll do a spray or two, and ooh, it's so, so good. I love wearing this during the day too, but like something about this when I wear it to bed, it just gives me sweet dreams. And I try to like not do it too often, because like I feel like getting this formulation in this bottle is going to be very hard to find. But the great thing about this is that you don't need too many sprays on it. So you can go really easy with the sprays. It is so, so good. And there was a flanker, not a flanker, like a dupe, a Middle Eastern dupe that I bought. I think it's Shirkoff Oud. It smells similar, but it's just not the same. A dupe is never gonna be the same as the original. The dupe is pretty good. I'll give it that for sure, because I have it, but the original, it's not touching this. It is not touching this. And with that dupe that I had originally, I wore that a lot. That used to be like a signature almost, especially during the wintertime. But if you can get your hands on this one, I don't know how the new formulation smells, but if you ever do come across this one in the Mosaic bottle, I definitely recommend. I recommend for sure. I don't think I'm gonna try not to finish this. I'll probably get down to like maybe right here, but like that last little bit, that is when I'll really save it for like, you know, maybe those more special occasions, I guess. But yeah, this is beautiful. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Sillage, longevity, everything. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. Beautiful fragrance. Would I say this is unisex? I mean, it could be. It could be for sure. It's not bad. Not bad for I don't think a man I don't think this would be bad on a man. I'll say that. Beautiful scent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, last one. This is going to be Velvet Tonka by BDK Perfumes. So this is my second BDK perfume, and this is quite nice. It took some time for me to love this. This was actually a gift. And to me, this smells like, have you guys ever smelled almond abstract? This is what this smells like. Almond abstract. Down to the T. It's actually very beautiful. This is a great fragrance to just layer anything in your fragrance collection with. Well, not anything, but like, you know, I would say like more tobaccos, honey, vanilla, tobacco oud, like any of those deep resinous ambers. I'm seeing it in my head, but I can't say it. Myrrh, incense, like those deep, rich notes within like any of your fragrances. I think Velvet Tonka is just something that's going to be a great base layer. So if you have, I mean, you could wear this on its own. It's pretty on its own. But if you want something that's going to give you like more dimension and more body and more uniqueness, that's the only thing with like layering fragrances. It would give you more of a uniqueness factor. You don't have to do it. Don't feel obligated to layer your fragrances. But if you want something that's going to create more of a uniqueness factor for you personally, you can go ahead and do that. And I feel like with this fragrance, that's something that's like really great about it, because it's pretty straightforward, but like you can definitely get away with layering this for sure. Sillage, with BDK fragrances from Gris Charnel to this, I feel like the sillage is quite nice. It's not like super beast mode, and I feel like the staying power isn't like super long, maybe a good 6 to 7 hours. And that is actually if you spray it on your clothes. If you spray it on the skin, it's gonna evaporate a little faster, but yeah, it's not like, they're not like super beast mode projecting fragrances like that, but that's, like I said, okay. It's not like a determining factor for me if I'm gonna buy a fragrance anymore. But yeah, it's a beautiful scent. I like it. It's great to just layer with a lot of things. And it's something that I definitely have been reaching for a lot lately, especially during the colder months. I feel like this is a colder month fragrance. Like this is definitely something you want to go, you want to pull out in the fall or in the winter. In the spring and summer, it might be like a little bit weird to pull it out, but I mean, you can. I would say like do it, especially in the summertime, do it more in the evening. In the evening would be better. In the daytime, it may be a little bit nauseating. Mm. Yeah, almond abstract with tonka beans is what it smells like. And maybe a little vanilla, like vanilla abstract, like those more raw notes. It doesn't like the depth of it is more deeper than, I would say, like more than a Tihota and Dalt Paris. Yeah, this is more like, you can tell like, okay, this is more like has that vanilla abstract note. This is more like, you know, of a baked vanilla. It's already baked. It's more like, you know, lighter in its smell. This is more deeper in its smell. I hope that made sense. But yeah, gorgeous, beautiful, great base layer. I think it'll pair really nicely with tobacco honey. Like, ooh, that'd be really good. I don't know if I tried this out yet, but one of these days I will. This will go great with a lot of things. This will go great with Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. This will go great with Black Phantom. I'm just looking at fragrances that I would think this will go great with. This will go great with Noir by Tom Ford. I have this other one by Montal. This is Oud Tobacco. I don't reach for this one a lot. I mean, it's a good scent, but it's just like it hasn't been my vibe much lately. But I think maybe these would be a good pairing. But yeah. Ooh, and another good pairing would be By the Fireplace and Velvet Tonka. So yeah, see, this would be something that like you can layer with a lot of different things in your collection, especially during the fall and winter months. So yeah. Okay, guys, I love talking about fragrances. I've been on here for an hour, and yeah, we just been diving deep into it. So I hope this was like fun for you guys. I love talking about fragrances. These are like some of the fragrances that I've been reaching for a lot, and yeah, I just been enjoying them to the fullest. So let me know if you guys have any similarities within the fragrances that I've been talking about. And let me know what you guys have been wearing a lot more lately. Let me know what you guys have been wearing a lot lately. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching, especially the one person who has stuck with me this whole entire time. You are amazing, and I'm sending all my love to you. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.